get themselves into the final here of round 5 RallyX Nordic. We wait for the ready to race. There it is. And it's the green light. There is the green light, and they are off the line.
It's a good start by Olofsson on the outside.
Definitely is. Oh, and gives Linus a push there up at the front. 3 car wide up at the top there.
And they open up for Fröshag from the back row. Fröshag.
Wow, Fröshag slots himself into 3rd, but is in contact there with Mats Oskarsson. But it is actually Fröshag in 3rd. But Linus Östlund, who had a great Q4 after a DNF, is out there in front. Followed by Anders Michalak.
So just as Ben Philip got in the first semi-final, Östlund has this gap that he can start to focus on his own lines now. The same from Michalak, he's not under pressure really either, so they can both be, lose focus forward and go as quick as possible.
Now for every track that we go to, there seems to be a different sort of joker strategy. What is it like at this track? What do you need to think about?
Actually, this track is pretty normal. It's not in the first corner, it's not in the last corner, it's in the middle. That makes it not so that, it's just when the best possibility is open. Usually when there's a joker in the first corner, you make much more planning before if you want to go to the joker or normal line. But here it's basically more whoever can go first, and if you get caught up behind someone slower.
And for those of you who don't know, every driver here gets to have a spotter. Now, Kevin, talk us through what the spotter does.
The spotter is basically just a help. As a driver, you're strapped in hard with the seatbelt, you have neck restraint. You can't really see so much. The rear view mirrors they're small. It's not like a road car. Everything is made for the aerodynamics. So basically, the spotter's job is to keep you informed about what happens behind you, when you should take the joker, if there's accident, red flags, or all those small details. If the track changes, if there's a lot of gravel, all this small stuff that as a driver you only see, a tenth before it happens. So it's just like an extra pair of eyes.
And still, sometimes the drivers forget to take the joker lap.
For sure, and you always blame the spotter. So you're almost too spoiled as a driver to have a spotter that you kind of forget to think about all the other stuff than just driving. So, but to me, still, if you miss the joker, you still has a responsibility as a driver to remember it as well. So,
of course.
Yeah. But it's always easier to blame the spotter.
As you can see on your screens now, the top left graphic shows you who has been into the joker lap. That small yellow arrow there means that they have been in. There are 2 laps to go, and we still have Linus out in front, and there is a big battle for 3rd. That's between Lars-Erik Haug and Mats Oskarsson.
Yes, Oskarsson has already been to the joker, so Oskarsson will for sure get past Haug. And Michalak and Östlund in the joker now, so we'll see where Oskarsson gets out. He gets out of P3, so Oskarsson looks to be on his way to a final.
Certainly does. Here we see Linus Östlund coming round. He's followed by Anders Michalak and Mats Oskarsson, who's going to get himself into the final. Great job there. And Hans-Olaf Fröshag just missing out after having a great start to this semi-final, but it does go to Linus Östlund, who is in 2nd position in the championship. He's moved up this weekend. So let's have a look at that start again. A good clean start for Linus Östlund, but also round the outside there, Simon Olofsson putting himself into a 3-way battle.
Yeah, Olofsson, he tried to go around the outside, but he basically just ran out of space. The guys on the inside wasn't slowing down enough for him to get around all the way, and that's what happens sometimes when you really try to go for it around the outside.
Yeah, and I'm sure a bit of a disappointment for Simon Olofsson. He didn't get to the semi-finals in Riga. He had a pretty bad roll and contact with Jimmy Valfridsson, so he doesn't make it to the final, but we will hear from the winner of this semi-final.
Linus, you look like you had that one under control.
Yeah, I took it easy on the last lap because my spotter said I had a good gap, so I stayed calm and did a good race, and I'm very happy.
And how far do you think you can take this? What do you think you can do in the final?
Gundersen is fast here as well. It's his home track, so I will give my everything and give him a match.
Good luck.
Thank you.
So a very happy Östlund there. He, of course, wins this semi-final in front of Anders Michalak and Mats Oskarsson. Hans-Olaf Röshaug just missing out there in 4th position.